live?
Alright.
Alright, Shalom, Shalom. It's the brothers from the, we are the real Hebrew Israelites coming out here once again to prophesy a downfall and total annihilation of this wicked, simple kingdom called America, aka Babylon the Great, right? Which is spiritually known as Rome, Egypt, Sodom, and Gomorrah, right? And before we go any further, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone for teaching us who were sent truth according to the Bible well, and peace and blessings so reflect the nation of Israel. Alright, so I'm pass over to the brother and we're going to get into it.
Yep, we're just going to get started. Matter of fact, you get Ezekiel 35, it says, set thy face against Mount Seir. Because going to what the Lord has done is He raised up prophets to what? To prophesy. And, going to the history of the secular history of the Bible, all right, which you people love to call it a fairy tale book, or you just completely misuse the Bible. You only know John 3:16, all right, Philippians 2 and 12, those misused precepts, via the so-called Christians. And the Bible is the ultimate history book. And the Lord laid it out chronologically how, going to Daniel's 2nd chapter, about the statue, that the dream that Nebuchadnezzar had of all the heathen Gentile kingdoms that would come before the reign of the kingdom of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which belongs on to the Israelites.
Yep. Ezekiel 35 and 1, moreover the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
Yep, and that's known going to Esau, the land of Esau, Edom. All right, so when you prophesy, you're not literally prophesying against a mountain, it's symbolic. All right, Mount Seir, which is going to that dwelling place, you're going to the land of called Idumea. What's the term for it? Not the term. See, that looks just like
Petra?
Greek, yeah, Mount Petra, which is somewhere in the land of Jordan, right? We're going to not going too much into geography, but again, going to prophesy against Esau. Right? Prophesy means to foretell. What we foretell? Foretelling the destruction that's to come. That's all.
Yeah, this is Genesis. This is it. Genesis 36 and 8. Thus dwelleth Esau in Mount Seir.
There you go.
Esau is Edom.
So again, prophesying against the people, right? Not a land. Ultimately a people. So prophesy against His people. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, moreover, Ezekiel 35 and 1, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
Yep. So set thy face against, not with, to you widows out there trying to save Esau, right? The Lord is telling Ezekiel to set his face against Mount Seir, not for against, right? So again, who is this ultimately in these last days now that referring to the so-called white people, right?
Yep. And it reads, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
Exactly. Going to the destruction that was prophesied against Edom. Is the only nation of people that have been promised no mercy. Right? So it talks about going into Isaiah about he shall neither be a root or branch left. Meaning nothing left of the line of Esau ultimately after hardcore slavery, and they're done away with completely as a nation. All right? One big ultimate bonfire, you call it, where they're going to be done away with. All right?
You want me to get that Obadiah?
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse the background noise, we got a bunch of hyenas over here.
Yeah, you already know who that is.
Unfortunately, a lot of our mothers. This is Obadiah, chapter 1. Sorry, verse 16? Yeah, get to the judgment a little bit more. This is Obadiah 1 and 15. Let's start 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
Yep. So all that evil that has been unchecked, right? The Lord's getting ready to judge you for it. You know, and you go into Psalms 50th chapter. I got you a bunch.
No, you're good.
Get Psalms 50. I think it's down like verse 30 something.
Mm-hmm.
Esau thought he was the Lord was altogether with him. You know.
Oh, Psalms. Those are
Yeah, Psalms.
Yeah, I misheard you.
Yep. Because that sentence against the evil work, you know, he thought that he's got away scot-free. So ultimately, it increases that wickedness upon he piles sin upon sin, because the original sin has never been checked, so to say. You know, the Lord got a bigger plan. That's ultimate destruction.
Yep. This is Psalm chapter 50, verse 21. These things hast thou done, and not kept silence. Thou thoughtest thou was altogether such as one as thyself.
Yep. So the Lord kept silent. You know, us, you know, going to being put in cargo, hardcore slavery right over here. The southern tribes, cargo slave ships. The northern tribes are already here established. Going to 2nd and 13th chapter. In the time of the Assyrian Empire, they came over to the Americas to avoid the Assyrians' oppression. You know, that they can serve and keep the laws and statutes and commandments over here in the land of our, known as today, so-called America. Right?
Yep. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
Yep. So being set in order before his eyes is what you see here today. All right. In order in the form of us coming together in the unity of the faith, us believing in Yahweh Basham Shai and turning back on sound doctrine, us knowing who our power is, us knowing our identity back. All right. And that's again what Esau tried to hide from. That's why he changed all the names and covered all the faces of the judges. He went around in a thing called iconoclasm. He whitewashed all the images that, you know, ultimately give the true depiction of our Messiah, the prophets, and, you know, our forefathers of old, man. You know, that was during the time of the Dark Ages, which you go into the time of Revelation. That's the time the devil's been loose, you know, being the time of the so-called Renaissance. Mm-hmm. Right? He went around deceiving the earth for one last time, man. And that period is right now, that little season, you know. Mm-hmm. We can probably go back.
Okay, go back to Obadiah.
Yep.
Obadiah 1:16. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yea, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they have not been.
Yep. And you go into where's in Jeremiah about that cup?
Yeah. Golden cup.
Yeah, it's about 2 weeks. The nation of Israel drunk in the cup of slavery, right?
The cup of the Lord's fury.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's one. Yeah. You pass around nations. The first nation drink was Israel. That's one.
Okay. Like you said Jeremiah 20. No.
Yeah.
That Pacific one, you know, that is one.
Oh, yeah.
I'm certain. I just don't know where that one is.
Okay. You want to get that one? I'll grab it.
Okay.
Like all should not be all together and punished.
Oh, Jeremiah 49
Yes.
and 12.
Yes.
Okay, good. This is Jeremiah 49 and 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken.
Yep.
And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
Yep. So we have a surely drunken. You know, that's why again you see the state of our people, right? This very low condition is because we drunk the cup of slavery. We might not be in full hardcore bondage now, but the fruit of what happened unto us, right, it still lingers today. We got here in the time of 2024, our people are still in love with their oppressor. That's called
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
You know, when you affectionately in love with the person that put you in hell, man. It's
Yeah.
a psychological disorder which our people suffer from, man.
Yeah, you beat down so much, and then this is the only person you have left to lean on to. And the little love they do show you is for their benefit. It's to keep you alive, to working in, so your will can fulfill your energy and will can fulfill their will.
Exactly.
This is Jeremiah 49 and 12. It says, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. And art thou he that shall altogether go unpunished?
Right. So you're gonna go unpunished, right? Going into thinking logically, as far as happened to our people, which the Lord loves, right? Because if I love Esau, have I hated? Right? How is it that the Lord did this, which He confirmed His word, which was through Moses, right? About the curse and the blessing, right? The blessing was to keep the ways of the Lord will pretty much prosper. But after that, doing Deuteronomy 28th chapter, 15 on down, 14 on down, was all the curses. And that's what happened unto us. And the Lord confirmed those curses when, again, he put us in captivity after captivity. Right? So how much more, again, going to Esau, whom he hates? You touch the apple of the Lord's eye. Right? Wasn't all, the numbers. Stealing a man, and if you found in your hand, you shall surely be put to death, man. You have not paid for the crimes that you committed against the Lord's people. Right? And you're going to ultimately try to make them commit the ultimate sin, which is taking the MOTB device, man, which a lot of our people are going to take, but not the elect, right?
Yep, a little bit more. And it reads, "Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord Yahweh, that Bozrah should become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse. And all the seas thereof shall be perpetual waste."
Yep. And that's what the Lord promised. All right, it's going to say the Lord is a man, he shall not lie. Here it is, you got, Mr. DJ coming in office, and that pride of Esau is butting back up again. About building back better, right? Coming back stronger, making America great again, right? But when the Lord throws down, you can't rebuild. Just say in Jeremiah 51st chapter, we would have healed Babylon, but she's not healed. So all the things you're doing to try to prolong this kingdom, it's also in vain. Going to the reset, NWO agenda, it's all going to come against you, because what is happening over there in the Middle East is going to spill over here to so-called America, man. The fruits of war. Because what does the devil have done since he's been in power has been stirring up the earth, man. That's that Revelation 6th chapter, that sword take peace from earth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Revelation chapter 6 and verse 4. "And there went out another horse that was red."
Yep. Horse being power, and red symbolizing Esau. What?
"And power was given to him that sat thereon, to take peace from the earth."
So power is given to him that sat on that horse to take peace from the earth. So that means someone gave him power. Who gave him this power? The Lord did, man. Proverbs 16:4. The Lord made all things for himself, even the wicked for the day of evil. So the Lord gave this devil power to do this, right? All the atrocities and things that he's done against the Lord's creation, right? Specifically against the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Americans. The Lord allowed that. He gave you over to the robber and the spoiler, which is Esau. Because why? Because you disobeyed his word, right? We're going to try to stay from getting on Jake, but eventually we'll turn on to getting on Jake. That's why we're here in the first place, because of their rebellion. Jake don't want to acknowledge. But going to the punishment of Esau, hey, the Lord said he's going to turn the sword on you, man. Right? He that lived by the sword shall die by the sword. Yahweh said. So you going around killing people with this great sword, that sword's going to come upon you, which is going to be these thermonuclear missiles, man.
Yep. And it reads, "And power was given to him that sat thereon, to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword."
Again, this is symbolizing Esau, right? This is his MO, okay? Going around backstabbing, killing, lying, right? Also taking peace from the earth. It's called destabilizing. When so-called America brings troops over to a region, it's to destabilize it. What do you think they did to Afghanistan and Iraq? It was to destabilize the region, right? To cause what? To cause confusion and to reap the benefits of the land, man. To exploit. It's called, in the military term, it's called plunder. Going around and taking oil, okay? Things that don't belong unto you. That's happened in the 2nd chapter, all right? So we say, woe to him and increase that which is not his. You're going around and forcing yourself on people, which gets to turn back on you, because the nations are getting pissed off and you're getting ready to turn against you, man, even your own allies. But that was it on there, right?
Yep, that was it.
Yep.
Back in Ezekiel 35.
Yep.
Ezekiel 35, I'm going to read up at 3 again. In verse 3, "And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee."
Yeah, so the Lord is against you. The Lord is never for so-called America. The slogan, God bless America. What God blessed America? All right? Heavenly Father controls all, but it's the left-hand side. Man, Esau is ruled over by the demon Satan. It's about that, going back to Cain, which Cain came back as Esau, right? The Lord said, if you do well, you're going to be good, but if you don't, pretty much Satan will rule over you, man. You're going to go according to his will, right? So you got to see the Satan, man. right? Especially starting with your little hats, okay? You know, Amalek, right?
Yeah.
The Lord has a heavy portion of the spiritual demon Satan over that people because why? That's the people the Lord's curse, man, right?
Yeah. I forget people even smoke cigarettes. Because so many people do that big shit. But, yeah, make a good point, bro. But, I'm gonna read it again. Ezekiel 35. Damn, I still trying to page. Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 3 at the bottom. And I will stretch out my anger against thee, and will make thee most desolate.
Yep.
And I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai.
Exactly. So no more Miami, no more New York City, no more Los Angeles, California. You know, all these lands, these major cities, which you can call them, you know, each city you can call it a kingdom in itself.
Yeah.
You know, millions of people in one place. Hey, each state you can call its own country, man. Lord is going to destroy all that, man. You know, your beloved so-called America is prophesied to be destroyed. The Lord said, I'm going to do this. Okay?
Yeah. That's right. This is This is Isaiah 34 and 11. But the cormorant and the bittern shall possess it, the owls also and the raven shall dwell in it, and he shall stretch out upon it the line of confusion and the stones of emptiness.
Yep. So you're not going to be able to tell, you know, what from what, you know. It's all going to be a big pile of destruction, you know. As you go into a satellite map, you know, you have an idea what so-called America looks like, all right, from a satellite view. But when nuclear missiles come down and take the Earth to and fro, you know, that line of confusion is, hey, this is going to be a place where unclean animals dwell. Because this place ultimately can be turned into, after, you know, the fire's burning for a long time, it can be turned into a desert, man. You know, a place where no man can inhabit. It's like with Sodom and Gomorrah. No one lives in that place no more, okay? But again, going to so-called America, it's literally prophesied to be completely annihilated. That's why Revelation calls it going to be the lake of fire, man. Hell is not a place where you go after death. Hell's going to be here on this earth, man. After the WWE special, these missiles take place in so-called America.
I got Malachi.
Yep.
This is Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
Exactly. Starting with Esau, you saw him most proud. You know, what does it mean to be proud? Okay, or have pride when you depart from your maker? What does the devil do? Okay, he tries to increase himself against the Lord in his technology. He's trying so long to escape the will of Yahweh Shai, when all he's doing is making himself fall right into the traps of it, man. It's called a slippery slope effect. Everything you do is ultimately working against you. And the higher you get up on that peak, the more faster and harder it is to get up. All right? Ultimately, what's next is to come straight down. All right? Because what is Esau thinking in his head? He gonna come back and build back better. That's going back to that's still in Malachi 1 and 4. You know, I'm desolate, right? I'm gonna build back better.
Yeah.
The Lord gonna destroy all that, man. Never coming back again.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's right. Malachi 4:1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven.
Yep. So this is a future prophecy. Okay, Malachi is prophesying of today. All right. Whether you realize it or not, we are in these last days, man. What is happening throughout the four corners of the earth is nothing short of prophecy. And again, going to WW3, World War III, which always, you know, get to that TV.
Yeah.
But it's a series of events going to lead to this day, man. That's going to burn as the oven, which is going to nuclear destruction.
Good. That's right. In all the proud, Yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. In the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it should leave them neither root nor branch.
Yep, so nothing left. Nothing to rebuild. Ground zero is going to be again so-called America, right? So there's no, because you go into these Hollywood movies, you got, the wealthy, the filthy rich, running off into space stations or hiding, which is prophesied about them hiding in bunkers, hiding from the wrath of the Lord till things settle, so they can come back and issue in the NWO, which again, it's not going to work, man, because that's why Psalm 2nd chapter says, "Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?" All these plans is vanity. You don't think the Romans thought they're going to be ruling forever? The Greeks. You don't think Nebuchadnezzar and his nephews are going to continue on? They didn't think that, right? And where are they now? You just read about it in the books. That's how it's going to be with so-called America. And even, it says in Job, it's not even going to come into thought, man, about this place no more, man.
Yeah, in a way, they are still living on. As you can read about them in books, but man, we're not even really going to make, in the kingdom of heaven, it's going to be about the glory of Yahweh by Shema Shai. And it's going to be a new renaissance, just like they wiped off. You don't hear about the greatness of Israel and the earth, our great empires. Not really, It says, you can read about it in the Bible, right? And this is what our legacy has been preserved for a nation, in the kingdom to come. And they're just going to be, that they were wicked, evil, foolish. Ain't nothing good to be talked about with them. But this is Psalm 49 and 11. It says their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, in their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
Yep. And again, going back to Esau and his MO, he's going to continue on forever, man. He passes it on to his children. They're going to continue on this cycle forever. Staying in power, especially the elites, because they intermarry. They know exactly who's coming back. They deal with the stars and all that weirdo stuff. Like it says in Isaiah 47 chapter about the stargazers and astrologers. They know stuff like that. They know left-hand wisdom. Say, no, this is King so-and-so, right? Coming back in the reincarnation. Because that's why they set themselves up, man. So they can come back in their lot just like, what the Lord does on the right-hand side.
They got certain toys and shit. Set these toys in front of him, see which one he picks.
Exactly. Shit like that. This thing is reincarnated, right? And they name the lands after their own names because why? Because that's what it's pride, man. So we're talking about not removing landmarks, changing names. So-called America. What is in America? America is a man. America Vespucci, right? And America going to bitter, right? But again, you call yourself an American. What is an American, right? You call yourself black. That goes into the Lord. Get that the covering cast.
Yeah, but Isaiah 24 and 10. The covering cast of all nations. Isaiah 29, 26. It's in Isaiah.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly. 25, okay. Yeah. And what, 10?
7.
7, okay. Isaiah 25 and 7, for he would destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
Yep.
In the veil that is spread over all nations.
Yep. That goes into the confusion this devil has put out throughout the whole of the earth. Passing his philosophy on everybody else. Because why? Because why would he do that? Because he's hiding. He's hiding himself. He's trying to hide from that stigma. All right. Which, going back to the mistake of his forefather, which he sold his birthright. Because the nation of Edom, Esau. That's why no one wants to claim to be Esau. Right? It's because why? Because great judgments prophesied onto him, and they know this. That's why they went into the books. Okay. Again, going to what they did in the time of Renaissance, covering up, changing names, changing the names of lands, because they didn't want it to come back and fall upon them, who they really are. Okay, because they're not Cain going to spirit of Cain, which again, back on Esau. All right, is he trying to hide himself because whoever saw him would seek to kill him. Right, the Lord put a mark upon him that anybody that saw him say, "Oh, that's the son of the wicked." Okay, we're doing that again this time through the Spirit, man. Esau Edom is the son of the wicked, and we're telling him that he's going down, man.
That's right.
But that's on that.
Yeah, that was it.
Let's have something else.
Yeah, go ahead. I was going to get some Isaiah 14, but I didn't know where I want to start yet. So,
I was gonna say get Satan to 6.
okay.
Esau's the end of the world.
Okay. Did we want to read any more than Isaiah 35? And I think it's 24 or so in that 21.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I know that. I'll go into it. I was on high.
You know.
Yep.
This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 6, verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the time?
Yep, because that's why you have to go and you have to read, all right? You know, because we're getting to the point on these precepts, but Ezra is asking questions through the angel of the timeline of how ultimately when we would be in the kingdom, right? Because Ezra being a spiritual man has observed, you know, his environment. He's seen that Jacob's through. How's he out of this, you know? And the angel's giving him pretty much just like what Yahushua did in Matthew 24th chapter, is he gave him a sign to look for, all right? You know, to be able to discern and be a spiritual compass as far as the time and how close you are to the kingdom coming, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, there's a button on it, the power button.
Okay.
Yep, it says that word asunder means like a divide, like a cut in half, a split. It says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, or the beginning of it that followeth? And he answered and said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the hill of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yep. That goes back to the importance of why you have to understand who these people are and what their families are tied to. Okay, because the family of Jacob, the tree of Jacob, goes back to see the promise. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Jacob had 12 sons, which he had 13. Dan's not really counted. Right? He had a daughter, I think.
Yeah, I think he had one daughter.
Yep. You know, but ultimately going to who is counted is those 12. Right? And what's promised unto them is a kingdom, an everlasting kingdom. Right? What's promised unto Esau, he didn't get a blessing. He got a carnal blessing, a temporary blessing, which he'll have the fatness of the earth, but he shall rule by the sword. But it was already promised that the elder shall serve the younger. Right? Who's the elder? Esau was born first. Right? And again, going to that time frame, it's going to be a direct conflict between those two. All right, between one time and the next time. Okay, the time we're in right now is the eon of wickedness ran by Esau, and who's up next is the era of righteousness, which is eternal. It's going to be through Jacob, man. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was gonna. Yep. That's right. Because we really kept reading in that Matthew 25 talks about how death was going to be swallowed up in victory.
Yeah, Isaiah 25. That was the next verse.
You know.
Yep.
So that's the time we're coming into. But first, the man of sin. Yeah. Yep. This is 2nd Thessalonians. I didn't mean to drop that much of it. Okay, there it is. Which you're just flipping through until you see it, and then you know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like page is getting. Yeah. I can get on my phone if I need to be honest, bro. I got it right here. Come on, let me turn to it. This is 2nd Thessalonians, chapter 2.
It's 5. Is it 2?
Yeah. There you go, bro. This is 2nd Thessalonians, chapter 2. We'll start at verse 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
So, especially going to that time, 2,000 plus years ago, especially, following after Yahushua, his return, his sacrifice, and what he did on earth, our people had an idea or thought that the kingdom would happen immediately, which Apostle Paul is bringing it down as going to be ultimately a time for a later date, and that's certain things, as Yahushua knew that, right? Certain things he wanted to tell our disciples, but they couldn't bear it, especially he was mostly leaning towards him having to be put to death, all right? But ultimately that we'll have to come back again, right? That's what he told John the Revelator. We have to prophesy again, right? Meaning we'll have to be back in a time similar to the Roman Empire last year, and this time, in the EU, and Circle America, that rise that beast, all right? Roman Empire 2.0, and that's when Lord's going to come and visit this place, okay? So that day should not come, which we're going to get into. But being not deceived, don't be falling for these false prophets' timelines, man. Because again, going to how that's always skewed because man prophesies according to their understanding and their will, okay? It's only ultimately the time of the Yahweh Shai, which again is now in this time most of it.
Yeah, the prophecy came down in old time by the will of men.
Exactly.
The holy men spake as they are moved by the Holy Spirit. It says, in that man of sin, let 2 Thessalonians 2:3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first.
Yep.
And that man of sin be revealed.
Yep, so that falling away first was when we completely fell away from our nationality and heritage. There might have been some preserves, pockets of our people that still preserved, kept some of the ways, which you see it in Native American tribes, between Gad and Reuben, they kept some of the customs, some of us on Yahweh, all right, Yahushua, okay? But for the most part, we discontinued from our heritage because we've been kicked out of the land of Israel, more specifically going to Jerusalem, holy place, right?
And it reads, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Exactly. So those simultaneously will be tied together. Again, this is insight. The Bible gives you insight of timelines. So it's going to be a falling away, and then that man of sin being revealed. And that was fulfilled with Esau. Okay, those two indicators were fulfilled in the time of when Esau was in power at this time. Okay, we've been listing our heritage, meaning we went into hardcore slavery. All right, and we forgot our nationality and heritage because it's been beaten out of us. It says that in Jeremiah 50, or destroys of my heritage. That's what the devil's done. He took it upon himself, not to just take away from us, but he to try to take upon it, man. Calling himself the people.
That's right. Who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showeth himself that he is the Most High.
So more insight. Okay? So now, we're supposed to have using context clues, man.
Yeah.
It's like you're trying to figure out a puzzle, all right, and you're putting things together, and you say, who could this really be, all right? And the candidate number uno is Esau, no question, okay? Because not only because man has had the mindset to exalt himself above the Most High, but the Lord gave him power, okay, to exercise the power of the first beast, man, which was the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
He didn't give Moab that power. He didn't give Japheth that power. He gave Esau that power. To make light of all the wickedness, wicked ideas he had against the Most High, be his technology, man. So again, this is insight.
Yep, that's right. And that word opposite means someone's in opposition with you. That's just a simple way to look at that.
Yep.
It says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called the Most High. Or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, sitteth in the temple of the Most High, showeth himself that he is the Most High.
Exactly. Yep. So he wants to take on authority. Okay. He's the ultimate being. So he's the one numero uno. And he wants to do that via his NWO technology. It goes much deeper and more sinister than just MOTB, which that's enough to bring nuclear hellfire. Because we say the Lord is showing the days no flesh should be saved. All right, this devil, you see his sci-fi movies and his lust of merging his technology to pretty much get the immortal carnal birthright.
Yeah, because I was watching that little mini series with the Resident Evil, and one of the rhetoric was just like they were like, look how many how many people have fallen. Look at the bodies you're standing on. You know, and he said, we're trying to, it's a woman, of course. They put women as all the main characters. The woman was like, I'm trying to change the whole world. The couple of millions of people that die, billions of lives are going to be changed. And the funny thing is, he ended up massacring billions and only saving, a small millions. And then they were in the worst state. Because that's really what Esau's MO is. That's really what he wants to do. But he thinks he's doing something righteous.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep.
There's depression in the world. Well, what's the problem? Because God gave them depression. It's the penalty of sin.
Right.
I gotta fix it.
Right.
But no, it's just like righteousness is the answer to that.
Yep.
That's why he's in total opposition of the Most High. The way he thinks, the way he acts, everything about this guy. Like brothers always say, elders, apostles, he wants to do away with the penalties of sin.
Exactly. Yep. Because he can't keep it himself, right? Which no one really can. The flesh it's impossible. But then the promise was given unto Jacob to ultimately fulfill that, man, with getting new bodies. So everything Esau's doing, he's trying to promise Jacob, trying to do, pretty much trying to usurp the Lord's authority, go around him, all right, and get the blessing which he lost again, which is through his technology.
Yeah, because ultimately Esau, Edom's his like reading Habakkuk or Habakkuk, the spirit that is in him is not upright, so his reasoning is not upright. He Esau, Edom, you might as well wear a shirt. I can't get right, because Scripture say, who can take an unclean thing out of a clean thing out of an unclean thing? No, not one. Can anyone make that which is made to be crooked straight? Yet shall he not learn righteousness?
Yep. Isaiah 26 and verse 10, it says, let favor be shewed to the wicked, yet will he not learn righteousness.
Yep, and favor has been shown to this guy. Wealth and power and resources. This man, literally has the power to change the world. And really, he's already exercising that power to change the world, but he didn't take any counsel. He didn't ask the right way to do it. Here it is. The Lord gave him the chance to rule, right? And anyone who was in a state of trying to get better, they would have used their power to do as much as they could, And eventually, his ass would have gave up. I gotta learn from what Pharaoh did. I actually gotta set the children of Israel up, and then when Yahweh Shai comes, I just need to submit, But this man, he's not upright. He's much favor is being shown to this guy, but he's not learning righteousness. You got it, brother.
Finishing Isaiah 26, then says, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly.
Right, in the land of uprightness, right, it's talking about the land of Israel. He's still dealing unjustly, right? In the Holy Land, the holiest land, the promised land, the best land on the earth, and he is still dealing unrighteously, right? He coveted after that land, and now he got it, and he's still unsatisfied.
Yep. Finishing in Isaiah 26 and 10, it says, in the land of uprightness will he deal unjustly, but will not behold majesty. How?
Yeah, the majesty, all that Yahweh is, and his glory. Esau is too much of. There's one man that looks at himself in the mirror all goddamn day with no sense of correction. Is Esau Edom. He's like, look at me, look how great I am, and then he doesn't look at any of his flaws. He doesn't even think about his flaws all that much. This man thinks he's right and everyone else is wrong. He's not considering how great the Lord is. If you were to pull back a curtain, they have the Wizard of Oz, Esau's the man behind the strings, but really, Most High them created that whole world that they were living in. Oz. I don't know the damn place name. I didn't really watch that show growing up. It was in black and white out here. That was before I was born. Anyways, back in Thessalonians. This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 5. remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things?
Yeah, exactly. Because Apostle Paul's harping on it, to the Israelites in Thessalonica, that, the timeline. Stop letting these people deceive you, saying the Lord going to come at this time, going to come at this time. It hasn't been given on to us to know the time, but we have, again, insight that's going to be, it's like a science project or a mathematical equation. Certain things have to line up for it to equal, what the Lord ultimately has to play out, man. And that's what we're dealing with now in these times, man. So it wasn't when I was with you, I told you of this. I mean, he was frustrated. Like, I told you that it had to be a fallen away first, then a man of sin shall be revealed, man. Because, the time that was prophesied against Jerusalem to fall, right, was, 70 AD, right, with the siege of Jerusalem, a little bit before 70 AD. Flavian dynasty, Flavian going to Milan, right, dynasty, which is Vespasian, Titus, and Domitian, right, was Vespasian was the father. I think Domitian was the son. I got a question for you. But the point was that the Lord prophesied that they will come and siege Jerusalem and take it out, man. Completely lay it down flat. And all that stood there and stayed there will be destroyed. And that did happen. Okay, that's going to happen again. And this time, because Esau has not changed. All right, he's back here. This time, what he's going to do is going to be the MOTB siege. All right, that trench. The trench, but it closes you in. It's the devil's system. All right, it gets much more sinister than you really think, man.
Yeah, and everybody thinks it's bad now. Like, everyone is high credit card debt. Because the crazy thing is, they'll send you another credit card. They'll send you another one in the mail. This one, your one credit card's 80% maxed out, and you'll get another one. You've been pre-approved, and then you go get it turned on. You're like, wow, I am pre-approved. I got pre-approved for another credit card. Yep. And then once you start reaching your limit, they'll put more of it. They'll extend they'll give you more utilization. Yep. Constantly getting you in debt.
Yep, exactly. Get that. The lender.
Oh,
the bar.
Yeah. Yep.
Because of course he'll give you money, because that means you got to serve him forever. No man is free in so-called America. You're born with a birth certificate. That birth certificate is your slave certificate, man. When you're born, you carry on debt from your parents. You're a product of the state, man. You get traded on the stock market, just like you trade stocks and bonds, man.
Literally.
You got it?
Yep. Proverbs 2:7. Proverbs chapter 22:7. The rich ruleth over the poor, yep. And the borrower is servant to the lender.
Exactly. Why? Because you got to pay him back. That's why you have even making it harder. Is he puts usury on it. He makes imaginary money and makes you work real time. You got to put in real time, real hours, and all he does is push a button, and you're giving him your energy and resources, and he haven't had to lift a finger, man. You're wasting your whole life to try to pay off debt. You're going to school, you're going to debt. Everything you do is you get a new car, you're going into debt.
Yeah. Really, it's just like they're looking. Most financial experts basically say the dollar is debt now. Credit is how you leverage. You have to learn how to leverage credit to make wealth, right? And then you holding on to debt, you're only gonna be fighting against inflation, and then paying taxes because your money ain't working for you. Not now. Eventually, you're all in. Now that 50%, you gotta pay that taxes. And they'll just keep using their money to use their debt to buy things that turn into assets. But this ain't our kingdom. It is what it is. We're here, as Yahweh said, pray that the Lord give us our daily bread. We just need our monthly revenues to pay our bills and call it a day. Taking this thing day by day, because we know at any moment in time what these people are working 5, 10, 15 years for, to have millions upon millions of dollars of wealth in their bank account, is just going to come to naught in a moment.
Yep. Was that richest prophet not? Is that Isaiah 13?
Isaiah, right? I'll get that for you. But so that's how this man makes you a servant.
Exactly.
This man literally turns you into like brother. He broke it down. There's a quote by the elite. He said, "If you spend all your time working, how are you gonna spend time? How are you gonna have time making money? A job just over broke. Sad.
Yep.
Standard American diet.
Yeah, all
Everything about this place is through, bro.
And it's all orchestrated. You know, you think it's an accident? No, man. How you even educate? How you brought into school so you can become a slave, man?
Yeah.
You know.
Just harping back onto that little movie, that little mini series I watched. You know, they were trying to create this joy, this pill that brings joy, pretty much. And it was just like, so you can always be happy, so you don't have nothing to complain about. You can go on and work and just be happy. Everybody's in a great mood, you know. But basically, it turned like she started doing experiment on her wife. Her wife cut her finger, and she's like, "Oh no, it's fine." And then it's like, so they showed her a picture or something. She started laughing, and her finger's still bleeding. Just kind of like not in their mind. They don't want people personally thinking for themselves.
Exactly. That goes into bread and circuses.
Yeah.
You know, that pill is ignorance.
Yeah.
You know, ignorance is the place that goes back to the Matrix. You know, because I don't want to know the troubles of reality. It's too much.
Yeah.
We can go back to Isaiah 24 about the. We'll get.
Yeah, I got it right here.
You know, pretty much the Murphy land is gone. That's what keeps you people going. Yeah. You know, it's a false sense of hope. You know, and entertainment. Things to distract you.
Yeah. And they show you in one other movie. A recent movie was Blink Twice. You know, in that movie they kept saying, it's better to forget than to forgive. It's better just to forget the hardship that was done to me. You know, it's better to forget the hardship. You know, everybody really just wants to forget. You know, and even when people, and it's so bugged out, even when people, like, at the end of the movie, she was basically control of that whole company and everything. She was like, I want to forget my past. I can't go on living. You know, I've just suffered so much. You know, so many people are depressed about the past. And you know how many terrible things has happened to us in over lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes? You gotta move forward. Yeah. This is Proverbs 11 and I'm sorry, 3. The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness deliver from death.
Exactly. So again, the life path you choose, you know, it's either lead to life or lead to death. You know, in a lot of ways, again, in this world, which promotes nothing but death, everything you chase after leads to a final destination of death. You know, it's tied to money. Because people think money is freedom, but you go into the true sense of money. Money is not a piece of paper. Okay, money is sheep and cattle, things that actually of value. You know, what you're carrying is a hot potato, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're in the hole. You know, so nothing when the system collapses, you have nothing to your name. That's what goes into that Carl Schwab, what's his name said? He said you own nothing and be happy, which is essentially true. Everything you have is borrowed, man. And they can take away in a drop of a finger, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And what proves that, like, if you own a house, and let's say, so when your house is on the market, it's at market value price. But let's say you take out, you add a bunch of 10,000, you add all of these new renovations to your house. Well, now that new wood floor you added, you know, that new wall interiation, those countertops, that then added value because that is substance. That's real wealth. That's real value. They literally are going to mountains and pulling those and getting those counter stone tops and everything. You know, so that brings value. So when an appraisal comes and look at your house and say, "Oh, your house is actually worth this much," it makes the price of your house go up because that's where you will store your goods. You know.
You're going to today. Most people don't even own a house, man. Everybody's renters.
Oh yeah.
You know, again, the game is rigged for you to lose.
Yeah.
You know?
They don't even build houses.
Yeah. Yeah. Going back to that richest prophet down a day of rap, you know, a recent example is that United Healthcare CEO, which was they say it was assassination.
Oh,
but
yeah.
he said now they're saying it's like an insurance fraud or some shit. You know, the guy wanted to get killed, so whatever. You know.
Yeah.
But as rich as he was, when the day of rap, time for you to go, man. How much money you got in your bank account?
Yeah.
He's dead one way or another, man. He's gone.
Just like the what was the CEO of Cash App?
Yeah, he's off.
He got off at 2 a.m. Like, come on, yo, what is going on? They show you in these movies, like, Rusby catching game. That they real. cutthroat like that. When the brothers in the main camp suggested brothers like watch House of Cards. You know, if you can stomach shows like that, you know. But this is Isaiah. Isaiah 24. Or you want a little bit more than Ezekiel 35. Yeah. Isaiah 24, from verse 4. Where do you want to start? Huh?
Yeah, the whole chapter. Yeah, just read the whole chapter and we'll go.
Good. Isaiah 24 and 1. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste.
Yep. So you think about a movie, sometimes, you know, the movie plays out at the end before the beginning. You know, so I think that's how it's reverse chronology, you know, so it's, prophecy, line upon line, is not always in chronological order. So this is the after effect. Isaiah 24:1 is the after effect. The destruction that's going to happen shortly after these things. You know, the earth being empty. You know, also this place, so-called America, being empty. All right, no one living here. The earth, because in war, people scatter. You know, they go to different places, and according to the elect, the Lord gonna beam them up in a ship until it's time for them to come back down. You know?
Yeah, because like the Apostle Gabar went into, he said, you know, dealing with this Flee America doctrine, really no place on the earth is going to be safe.
Exactly.
You know, tsunami waves, and when Yahushua comes back with the whole angels, and a lot of these skyscrapers and those nuclear missiles, China, Dubai, all these nice major cities are going to be knocked down by, you know, the earth rocking to and fro. So imagine you're in a goddamn building, and we're up in the chariot. Who's going to be in a better case? This is Isaiah 24 and 1. Behold, the Lord maketh the earth empty, and maketh it waste, and turneth it upside down, and scattereth abroad the inhabitants thereof.
Yep. So Lord is going to shake shit up, literally. You know, take the earth and shake it. You know,
literally, like, you know, like pissed off. Never mind. I was gonna say you have a dog or something. You shake his ass. You seen that like in movies and stuff.
Yeah, you get pissed.
Yeah, you don't want. I wouldn't shake my baby, but I wouldn't shake my kid. No, I'm good.
You get pissed at the baby.
That's some evil shit right there. You guys think I'm shaking your baby? Sorry, it's not funny. Verse 2, and it shall be as with the people, so with the priest.
Yep.
As with the servant, so with his master.
Yep. So,
oh, very good. As with the maid, as so with her mistress, as with the buyer, so with the seller, as with the lender, so with the borrower, as with the taker of usury, so with the giver of usury of him.
Yep. So what does that essentially mean? That the judgments, it don't matter who it is. You know, those on the respect of persons, they all gonna get the same treatment. You know, they all gonna be destroyed. It don't matter who you are on the totem pole of social hierarchy. The Lord gonna get you, man. You know, and that's again, the Lord, when it comes to shake the earth, man, to and fro, these missiles. They don't care who you are. You could be just born. You could be in the womb still. You know, missiles don't. Same with a bullet. Like I said, the bullet got no name on it. Where do you think missiles got? You know, missiles got coordinates, and they're gonna destroy whatever's in its path, man. That's the weapons of Lord's indignation. This is in the Bible, man. Get some.
Yeah, just nah, we're good. You know, like bro said, the Lord is not gonna stand the awe of no man's person. You know, like, oh wow, look at him. No, the Lord ain't doing that. We should be standing in awe of the Lord, because I was kind of meditating on this. You know, you have two. Once they have two world powers, well, that's just two men with ideals.
That's it.
Right? And now they want to push their ideals in the world, but there's a great opposition. But with the Most High, there isn't an opposition, and that's how we know our power is going to win. That's why he's called the Most High power, the Most High God. Right? There's no higher authority above him. Someone has to be sitting as the king. I mean, at the top.
Power is monopolized, and Heavenly Father has all of it.
Exactly. That's right. Everybody is right. This is Isaiah 24 and 3. The land shall be utterly empty, and utterly spoiled. For the Lord has spoken this word.
Yep. And that's terrifying. When a king, especially going to the ancient world, when he makes a decree, you better make sure you heard it. Oh, you heard the king decree. It gets all passed down, man. Because why? Because where there's a king, the word of a king, there's power, as we just said.
Yeah.
When the Lord makes a decree, you better be paying attention. From the time of Nebuchadnezzar, we made a decree. When you hear that, with the trumpets or whoever that noise playing, you're supposed to bow down and worship the image. The only person that didn't do that was the 3 older children, Daniel, as well. But everybody else, when they heard it, they got down. It no matter where they were. They heard that noise, they went down and worshiped. If not, they would be killed.
Yeah. It's funny because it's like really they're worshiping. Like you the only one standing up. It's like they're worshiping you almost. You know what I mean? But that's the glory that's going to come to those who stand out in that day. But dealing with that movie King Arthur: Legend of the Sword, they showed you you had the king. You had Arthur that would who would later become the king. He would become the Legend of the Sword, I believe, right? If I remember his name in the movie. But he had went against the orders of the king by going against some of these Vikings in the movie. And he says once you disobey, and his blacksmith that was on his side, right? One of the Black Knights that worked for the king, he had him in his pocket. He was a blackleg. He said, damn. He said once you go against those who protect the king, no one can help you, not even me. He just came and gave him warning. And then he said, look, and then the next day he had to pull up and roll on him. Because it was under the orders of the king. It was nothing he could do.
Can you get Proverbs 19 and 21?
Yep. This is I'll drop Isaiah for now. I'll go back. Proverbs 19 and 21. 20. It says, hear counsel and receive instruction, that thou mayest be wise in thy latter end.
Yeah, so taking heed to instructions make you wise, meaning you listen, right? Which is a skill. But taking heed to counsel, again, it's a sign of wisdom, right? Especially when it's coming from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Hashem Shai. And that counsel is going to come through his prophets, man. That's the book of Amos.
And a lot of instructions it's like insight of someone's mind. I'm here to instruct you. Yep. I've already been instructed. Now I'm here to instruct you. You don't know. We're full at a lot of things. Like the quote, I always like the quote. The more I learn, the more I realize I don't know. The more I realize I don't know, the more I want to learn.
Exactly.
There's so many people. That's why this brother knows so much that I don't know. This brother knows so much I don't know. Right? And then, we all sharpen each other.
Exactly.
Verse 21, there be many devices in a man's heart.
Yeah, devices are plans, right? Plots. Many devices in the heart, meaning their mind, right? A lot of plans, that this devil wants to play out, right, in his mind. So many devices, you can cut it this way, slice it this way. I'm gonna do this. I got this agenda, 2020 this, So many devices, right, in a man's heart. Right, go ahead.
There be many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand.
Exactly. So the Lord overpowers everybody else's will, right? You can devise a way, you can plan literally from when you wake up to the end of your day, man. And that can all be scrambled and a drop of a dime. The Lord can check all that out, all right? Because it's not by the will of man how things play out. It's by the will of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
And Pharaoh learned that the hard way, man. It tells you that in Romans 9th chapter. Who man resisted his will, man?
This is Proverbs 21 and 1. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it wheresoever he will.
Exactly. So it's all about how the Lord wants things to play out. So we don't give too much credit to Esau because he's just a man, right? He's just a man, right? And man, man is nothing to compare to again the Father Yahweh.
Yeah, because where your thoughts come from. A lot of people think every thought that comes in your mind is not your own. It's constant influence of energy and vibrations all around you. The Lord, when we really, everything ain't so damn like black and white are like as as concrete. It's like, oh, this is solid. Oh, this is liquid. No, it's way deeper than all that. There's literally the spiritual realm all around us. There's a spiritual world. There's vibrations and energies that these Edomite scientists they can talk about it for 30 seconds, but really they can't really explain it. They don't really understand it, right? They have a idea, but who does all these energies and vibrations come from? Yahweh Shema Shai. Everything's interconnected, and the Lord has algorithms set up here upon the earth to where a goddamn one of these nobility of Edom could be planning all these things, and the Lord could have a song pop up on radio or whatever it is, turn on out of nowhere and have this nigga thinking about this all day, and now that's his new plan. You know how easy it is for the Heavenly Father to influence man, and have him do whatever hell he wants him to do? It's very simple.
Quick one. Wisdom of Solomon 12 and verse 1. Wisdom of Solomon 12 and 1, it says, "For thine incorruptible spirit is in all things." So the Lord's influence is in everything. Did he not say he kills, he makes alive, he wounds, he heals, he creates light, he creates darkness? So the Lord's spirit, okay, meaning his is going to some that's influence, inspiration, all right? Yeah. It's from the Lord, man.
That's right. And that's why the earth is going to abide forever, because its influences in everything. It's incorruptible. The earth, yeah, it's weakening, but it's never going to be corrupted to where it has to self-destruct. No, the Most High is preserving everything down here upon the earth. And it's only a matter of time.
Yep.
Where he comes and sets things back in order.
Yep, and even going to how the Lord has all the checks and balances of the earth. The earth, that's why it has systems. That's why you see all these storms coming up, and crazy storms. Which, Esau can mess around and manipulate the weather, but again, don't give him too much credit. The Lord has these storms and the tempests coming in the earth and hitting them. Because why? Because the earth's had a course. So when water rises, storms brew up, extreme weather happens. It's because the earth is rising up against who's in power, man. And he's rising up against Esau. Animals, rebelling, all type of stuff happens.
Yeah. You ever notice, like, when you watch movies, especially like movies where they're about to take over the whole world, they just start, like, they pretty much chilling, the first half of the movie, get things done. But the closer they get to end their goal, yep, the more opposition arrives. There's literally the law of justice in the earth, and guess what? We have justice on our side, because in that justice is Yahweh Shema Shai. That's the thing about this, what no one really understands, save the believers of Yahweh Shema Shai. Justice will prevail. There's no other way.
Yep, and he devils know that. Look how our president said it. He said, "I come from my nation when I know that ultimately God is just and that justice can't sleep forever." All the stuff they've done, they're gonna have to pay for it, man. They know that in the subconscious. That's why they always walk around with this guilty look on their face, man. Could just say they shall seek the please the poor, because they know they're wrong, man. And this is the time that they've been dreading. It's Judgment Day, They can't stop themselves because, again, the man's heart is in the hand of the Lord. All right, you're doing wrong, but you can't stop. That's scary. I'm going to say the deceiver and the deceiver are his. How did you know you're doing wrong and you want to stop doing wrong, but you can't stop doing wrong? That's Esau in a nutshell, man. Even so far that you say he's going to be scared and yet there's fight. You're going to take it that far to fight against the Heavenly Father. You're literally preparing yourself to fight against the Lord in the air. That's why you have a Space Force, So, that's why all this stuff is written, man. And this is the guy who's over us, ruling over us. Let's talk about the hammer of the earth. If he's going to try to fight against the Lord, okay, Heavenly Father and the host of angels, what's he going to do with you on the street, man? That's why we need a deliverer, man. Not to get off the topic.
No, you're good. This is Daniel chapter 4, verse 17, and it reads, "This matter is by the decree of the watcher."
Yep, we're the watchers, the prophets, right? The seers. The prophets aforetime were called seers. Why? Because they can foresee stuff. This is something that is spiritual within them, that they have insight from Heavenly Father, and that's the Holy Spirit. Also, you know. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was like, the Watchers are also the angels. I want to mention that.
Angels, yeah, messengers.
Yeah. Starting on high, the same, like when we read in Revelation 14, that same everlasting gospel that's being spoken in the heavens, that's being spoken down here on earth now.
Yep.
You know, it says this matter is by the decree of the Watchers, and the demand by the word of the holy ones, right? The Heavenly Father, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, right? The holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men.
Exactly. So the Lord rules, okay, in the kingdom of men. Just like you grab a video controller, all right? You're on GTA or whatever game you're playing. You turn the stick left, go left. Turn the stick right, go right. Hit X, you do a move, whatever. That's how the Lord is with men. Again, men and angels, yeah, of course, the angels have every part to do with it, because we just say, sure, the Lord doeth nothing.
Yeah.
Right? The Lord's not up here all this tedious stuff. He has systems in place for him to enact his will via the angels.
Yeah. And even with the whole controller thing, it's more like the Lord set a program and he watch it. You know, like how you create an animation, animated show. You have certain coding and drawing you have to do. You know, and the animation helps with all that. So that's the Most High. You know, he puts his code what he wants to be done in all aspects of life. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
You know, like, think how many billions of people upon the earth.
Yeah.
You know, and the Most High, everything is just so in order. Like, nothing is stopping the truth. You know, you can't, the fact that you can do nothing against the truth before the truth shows you that everything is working in favor or working towards, or everything is moving forward to the kingdom of heaven.
Yep.
You know, that's what it comes down to.
Yep.
Everything is moving forward to when Yahweh Shai, Yahweh is going to send back Yahweh Shai and rule upon the earth.
He's already spoken. He's spoken and it was done. You know, it's literally came from his mouth. Right? That's true power. Okay.
Yeah. Like when you watch Dark Side, you tell him like, look, he don't even get off his throne. He's like, hey, gather the mother box. You know, he like, and then he was like, and he's like, it will be done, my lord.
Exactly.
And they go do it. Scripture said the angels rejoice at his commandment. You know, nothing disobey his will. I'll read that real quick.
Yeah.
This is Sirach 18:1. He that lived forever created all things in general. The Lord only is righteous, and there is none other but he who governeth the world with the palm of his hand. In all things obey his will. For he is the king of all, by his power dividing holy things from among the profane. You know, so all things obey the will of Yahweh by Shema Shai. That's the beautiful thing about it. You know, you can't resist. That word resist means to fight against. You can't fight against the will of someone who's stronger than you. What the fuck are you going to do against, you know, how laws are passed in your city? You're one person. You know, what can you really do? You can't change anyone. The power of persuasion, that's what Yahweh by Shema Shai has over the earth and everyone on it. He has the power of persuasion. You can't persuade a man to do anything. You can influence him a little bit here and there, but it has to be his idea. You know? And Esau Edom, yes, he has some of that magic on the left-hand side, but that point, we're getting to the point that power was given to him.
Yep. Get him. Again, Psalm 103.
Yeah.
That was in 19.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yep.
This is Psalms. You know, when you get to those 100s in Psalm, you gotta find them things. This is Psalms, especially Psalms 119. You can never turn to that page. And Psalms 103, verse 21. I'm sorry, I thought it was verse 19. Verse 19. The Lord hath prepared his throne in the heavens.
Exactly. The Lord, his throne is in the heavens. I mean, you can't even reach it. You can't touch it. Okay.
I know, right? Like they show you that movie Elysium. Like that's how Esau wants to be. He wants to set his throne in the heavens, meaning the order. His government is going to be unhindered. How he's living his lives, how he wants things to be run the earth is going to be unhindered. Right? You can't, like person, you can't even reach the heavens to go make war with them. You know? Like, how are you going to stop it?
And the Lord's coming to you.
Yeah.
You know?
And he's going to come with the aerial advantage. So it's the high tower. He's going to come with the high tower. And in war, that's a literal advantage. You know? They show you in these drones and stuff how much of an advantage they have over civilians. Yeah, what are they going to do? You're a big target down there. It says, Yahweh hath prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all.
Exactly. So his kingdom rules over all. So his will is over everybody's will. You know? So his kingdom, his dominion, all right, which is everything, man. The Lord said the heavens and the heavens of heavens can't contain him, man. You know? It's unclean in his sight. That's in Job, all right? It goes to how powerful the Lord is, man. It says he puts no trust in the saints. The Lord is just too far out, all right? And again, this is where he dwells. You can't comprehend, you know? That's what the lust of man is trying to figure out the Most High. You can't. You know, he has to humble himself down to deal with men. You know, meaning he has to, he has to literally dumb himself down to deal with us. You know.
Yeah, brothers gotta be like, if you don't get something, you gotta look at things in different perspectives, different scenarios. Like the Lord don't need none of us. Just like you see a pretty woman, you might talk to her like, hey, shorty, what's your name? I don't got time for you. All right. Cool. I'm great. You're great I am.
Exactly. The Lord don't need nothing. He's self-sufficient of himself. He can contain himself. He didn't say he'll raise up rocks.
Like, yeah. Like people, I can't sit alone. The Lord can sit alone all day if he wanted to. You know what I mean? And people love the Lord is so loved. I'll put it so people can understand. He has angels sit there all day and praise him. That's how loved the Lord is. That's how great he is. Ain't no one chanting your name. And like I mentioned this, there's this quote I heard, and I always mention it. When do people forget about you? When they forget your name. Well, Yahweh's name is constantly being sung 24/7 in the heavens. Ain't no one forgetting about Yahweh. Right? By Hashem Yahweh Shai. Now Yahweh Shai has been given that authority. And as is written, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. Oh, that's gonna happen. For you to make every knee bow, that's crazy. Look at what Esau got. He still can't do it. But they show you these Superman movies. Shit, Superman could have made everybody bow to his will. This nigga done, playing games and stuff. Superman, he conquered the world in 1 hour, literally. Take down the world government. What they gonna do now? And then set law and order. Set law and order up. That's what Zod wanted to do.
Yeah. Superman's an anomaly. He's an alien. What can you do? What law can you pass, to stop him? No, you can't do that, Superman.
Yeah.
Why would he listen? Why should he?
Why should he?
And that's why you're going to Brightburn. That's the offshoot version. Superman chose.
Yeah.
You go back to the story when he was younger, with his dad. Pretty much the dialogue was you have to choose what you're going to do. You're going to be a force of good. You're going to be a force of evil.
Yeah.
Well, Brightburn was a verse where he chose evil, man.
Yeah.
And what happened when he figured out who he was and what he was sent to do? Take the world.
Take the world.
Exactly.
And
to stop him.
Exactly. It's not necessarily evil. It's demonized as evil to the people.
Yeah.
Go on, bro. It's demonized as evil to the people, but it ain't really evil.
No.
It ain't really. It's justice.
Right.
It's saving you from yourself. Because man was made to be immortal, but they have sought out many inventions. many things that were detrimental to themselves. We can think all day about how messed up Esau's kingdom is. People are literally driving cars not because how efficient they are, but because how they look. Show you how low of a vibration people are. They literally have a long category of cars that you should never buy, but they're still on the road everywhere. People still go back to that company and buy those cars, and those cars are polluting the earth and destroying everything and
dying in turn to fucking.
Yeah, it's just like everything is just like everything is so backwards here and dumb. People are so unwise.
Yeah. Back your feet down and then get something 6.
Psalms 103 and 19. The Lord hath prepared his throne in the heavens, and his kingdom ruleth over all. Blessed be Yahweh, he is angels, that excel in strength, that do his commandment, hearkening unto the voice of his word.
Exactly. So, the Lord's army, right? The angels, which do his bidding. They do his commandment, right? Just think about that. Right? Again, where the king is, right? Where the king has that power, he sends people to do his bidding, man. And that's what the Heavenly Father does. He outshine, right? Be the angels, man, right? They exercise his will, okay? Using angels, left hand and right hand. You go into that council, the first chapter, right? For how things play on earth, man. You can't see them unless they manifest themselves, right? And the Lord allows them to manifest. You see that these encounters, right? People bugging out because of the fierceness, and it tells you in the secret how fierce these angels are, man.
Yeah. We got a couple accounts in the scriptures when Gabriel that went to go see Joseph. I believe I'm Gabriel, right? One of the angels went to go see Joseph when he was praying in the temple. I believe it was Gabriel. But he bowed. He was in fear. He came with a message showing you how sometimes the Lord would literally send the angel. Or when Elijah was when he was traveling, when he was on the run, an angel literally came and brought food down to him. He was all weary. He was basically ready to die. Imagine, you're on the run. You put days without food. You're tired, weary. You're ready to give up the spirit. And then she'll come and say, "Hey, get up." Your brothers gotta realize you're gonna suffer in this thing. You're gonna be brought low, but just at the time where you would have thought you would have given up, the Most High is gonna strengthen us. And men give up just at the point when they ought not, right? And that's how you know that vision that they had was to no avail. It wasn't meant to happen. But the will of the Lord, what we're fighting for, right? Just at the moment where men want to give up, the Lord is going to be there to strengthen us. And he's shown us through his servants and prophets many times. And he's done it through angels coming and making sure that his will gets done. But we're staying on the great side of history, the side of Yahweh Shema Shai, and exalting what he's going to do down here upon the earth. This is Psalms 103 and 21. Bless ye the Lord, all ye his hosts, ye ministers of his, that do his pleasure. Blessed be the Lord, all his works, in all places of his dominion. Bless the Lord, O my soul.
That's the thing that the Lord runs a show, man. And that's the simplicity of it. We don't need to go into the pride of Esau. He wants to figure things out. He wants to find out the hard way, right? Doing everything scientific and trying to tempt the Most High. Because the Lord said you can number. How's it go? You can pretty much stop the ordinance of the moon and the sun. All right. You can stop the water. From crashing. What paraphrasing? Then I'll stop doing away with the nation of Israel. You don't think Esau's trying to do that? Yeah, you can.
This is Jeremiah 31 and 35. Thus saith the Lord, who giveth the sun for a light by day. This is one of them, but there's another one you're talking about. Yeah. And the ordinance of the moon and the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof war. The Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, the seed of Israel shall cease from being a nation forever.
Exactly. So that power is taken from him. Because you think about, the timing of the sun and the moon and the placement of the stars, they're never late. They don't miss a day on the job, all right? Because it's a force. They call it a force of nature. It's a phenomenon that man has no control over, man.
Yeah.
Not even close. You can try to manipulate, but the course of nature still takes its place because why? The Heavenly Father, Yahweh tries to control it, man.
Yeah. I saw a video where man was on his part of the earth. He could track the cycle of the sun, and it basically was like where he was. How we saw it, it was like an infinity, but it was screwed a little bit to the left, but it was an infinity symbol. That was the course the sun took. Basically an infinity symbol. And of course the moon has a course as well, right? Maybe a little harder to track, but I haven't really studied up on the moon too much. But I know the sun, it literally goes in infinity like this. It's very, it's very dope.
Yep. You really think Esau made it to the moon? That whole thing. He would have did something to the moon. Sell moon tickets or something.
Yeah, really he would die on the moon.
It's hot. It's a light.
Yeah, it's a light. It's a touch the lamp in your room, touch the bulb up top. They got things on them, but touch that light bulb. It's hot. So same thing with man. Same thing with the moon. It's a light. It's just a lesser light. The moon is a lesser light. The sun when it's out. It's not like the heavens turn. The sky is the same, but the sun brightens everything up when it comes. It's light. That's the power. But going back to the point with the Lord, He put His name upon us. You got Yahweh Shai. You got Yahshurala, right? He is a prince of God. He is a son of God. So. Yahweh. That's the head tribe. It is what it is. We all Israel. I just want to be on the other side. I don't give a fuck. They be so who cares? Who really cares, bro? Are you Israelite? That's what Apostle Paul said. He said, "Are you the seed of Abraham? So am I." That's what really matters. Are you the seed of the promise? That's what really matters at the end of the day. That's what we're fighting for. But brother said Judah, right? Yahweh thanks or Yahweh praise. So that name has been put on us. So we're Yahshurala. So we get done away with. Well, something must have happened in the heavens.
The Lord's gone.
The Lord's gone. That's what God means. The Lord said the sun to be infinite. So if the sun going, oh shit. You might as well go ahead and off yourself. You don't gotta worry about coming back. The spirit's gonna ramp no more. He ain't gonna call your spirit, so
all that work, thousands of years of work. Going to the creation story. One day, it's not one day, one day is 1,000 years.
Yeah.
You think man's gonna in his time going to Esau gonna do away with all that? The Lord said it is good. He said Tawab.
Yeah.
You're gonna let this man ruin everything that the Lord did, man? No, of course not.
Yeah, of course not.
The Lord made everything happen. He didn't make it.
Yeah.
Man, He's on it. He didn't make earth.
That's right. We don't know how long we know the Heavenly Father has always existed before time.
Exactly.
Ancient days. We don't know how long He was just chilling, doing whatever He wanted to do with Yahweh Shai, how long this was going on, none of that. But we do know this is a little 12,000 years, roughly, that the earth has been on, going. That's 12 days. When's the last time you had 12 days? And you take a 12-day vacation and see how much has really changed. It ain't much. But 12,000 years on earth, a lot has changed down here on earth, but in the heavens, business as usual. All right, a 12-day little mini story. Now another 12-day mini, multiple mini stories is going to happen in the heavens. We're going to have sagas and arcs and things the Lord was going to be doing. It's going to be so dope. Ages of, all right, this is the Lord going to do this during this next 5,000 years. And Lord's going to require that 140,000. We have the insight on all of it. It's going to be
First dominion.
Yeah, the first dominion. It's going to be cool, bro.
Yeah, the top is
Karen, that's right. Wisdom of Solomon 6:1. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn ye that be judges of the earth. I'm sorry. Learn ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest.
So the Lord gave you that position. This is King Solomon speaking. So this is the wisdom of Solomon, right? What did Solomon ask for? Above all, he asked for wisdom. Right? The Lord gave it to him. And what did he, come to the conclusion? If you're the most like keep his commandments. But when you get set up in power, it's a responsibility. You don't just power to, hey, I'm that nigga, I'm on top. It's more than that, okay? Because literally the earth is in your hands, man. Right? The course of the earth can either crash and burn, right, or prosper. And what was the importance of the understanding of the rulership has to be based off of wisdom, man. Well, start to fear the Lord. If not, at this time,
everything has to be well ordered. Because every action has a reaction. So eventually, a number of bad choices are going to make bad events happen. And now it's just like, damn, now something has to be fixed.
Yeah. Hold that and get us on 10.
No, you're good, bro. Yeah. Even with, and I want just to talk about, make a quick mention about brother's health. Well, just like you got a car, you got to go get oil changes, this and that. Well, you got to get this part replaced, you got to get this part replaced, you got to change this out. But that's how your body is.
Yep.
You might focus on your oral health a lot in this season. Next season you might focus on, whatever it may be, your liver, right? Your vital organs, your colon, right? You want to, do things like on a routine and system. I want to mention that.
That's true. The first dominion rule over is yourself.
Yeah.
Your own body, man. You got to rule over your body.
Good. Wisdom of Solomon 6:3. For power is given unto you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest.
Exactly. So the Lord gave you that position. That's in Psalms, is it 73rd chapter?
75.
75.
Yeah.
Pride will come from the east and the west.
Yeah, promotion. Yeah, promotion. It's a quick one real quick. Then we'll go back. Psalm 75 and 6. Verse 5, lift not up your horn. Verse 4, I say unto the fools, deal not foolishly. And to the wicked, lift up not thine horn.
So a cautionary tale, right? Go ahead.
Lift not up your horn on high.
Yep, so don't lift or exalt your strength to the Lord. It says on high, okay? So you on earth, you think you're going to overcome the Lord. You got all this success on earth. Now you're not satisfied with that. You want to go fight against Heavenly Father.
Yeah. Maybe I'm interpreting this wrong, but it's kind of funny because you think about a rhino, his power is in his horn, right? And the Lord, that's a beast. The Lord's like, look, you got a beast power in his horn. Yeah. It's just like, y'all really like, okay, that's your power. Like, don't lift that on high, like you can't reach me. I'm untouchable. It says, speak not with a stiff neck. You don't want to speak and not be like flexible, like because you speak something And you know, like Scripture say, hardly do we guess all right. You know, as a man can speak, I'm gonna do this. You know, you think it's in your best interest, but you gotta be flexible and say, no, I'm gonna turn and go this way because this way is more wisdom in making this decision. It says, for promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south, but Yahweh is the judge. He put down one and set up another.
It's like, so you think about how many things have to go right in your favor to be a kingdom, not like ruling over the block, ruling over a city, an empire, control it, deal with lots and lots of resources and people, So in order for that to play to your favor, a lot has to go right. Think about, again, all the stuff that took so-called America to go through to be in the position it is right now. All the wars, how many years in between before it became a superpower, A lot of things that are going in their favor, even specifically the land that it's on, man. So-called America is in a perfect position. It can deal trade on the east side of the world and the west side of the world, That's how they be able to get so rich, because everybody's just flowing to them. It's just easy. It's centralized, right? And it's surrounded by water, so it's harder to invade. You can't just pull up on so-called America with a car. You gotta fly or take a boat. And that can be seen on radar. You can be seen on radar with that. So again, for promotion, it is an uprising in position. You came from the bottom, you were a new employee, right? You're on the ground floor, and now being a CEO. You running the show, you run the business. That promotion comes from the Lord, man.
Yeah, and when you're in the business, because a business is like a small kingdom. Like the verse saying, you rule over all these people, right? America is a big business, big CEO, big corporation. It's an empire, Like, empire is more than just a king that sits in so much, like brother's going into. And that's the beautiful thing about it, that's what we have this wisdom for. That's what Yahweh Shema Shah has given us wisdom for. And as we learn how to work on ourselves and learn how to repent and learn more about you and your mind and govern your minds, the Lord is really going to give us control over all these things. We're going to be promoted. When you deal with a business, you don't just, there's already order set up. There's already the owner of the business. In order for you to get that promotion, someone has to give you that promotion.
Someone higher than you.
Yeah, and what they say, there's a saying, I have all these quotes, right? It is what it is. I learned, I used to watch brothers when I came in. I was like, why they always bringing out quotes? And then
going off.
And then eventually you start learning some quotes. But he was like, learn to work harder on yourself than you do at your job. So we should be learning how to improve ourselves, right? And then our job would then improve.
Yep.
Who we are at the job would then improve. And our job is serving the Lord. But back in Wisdom of Solomon. Yep. Okay. Wisdom of Solomon 6:3. For power is given you of the Lord, and sovereignty from the highest, who shall try your works and search out your counsels. Because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright.
And that's first he's talking to you Israelites, because after King Solomon, there was Rehoboam, right? After Rehoboam, he went to the young. Was it Rehoboam? Yes, Rehoboam. He took the young man's counsel, right? And what happened? It's hard on the northern kingdom. What they do is a split, right? So you be not being ministers. Ministers is someone that represents, right? You speak on their behalf. Right? You're supposed to execute, a standard. And that standard is again how you're supposed to rule in righteousness under Yahweh Shah and His commandments.
That's right.
Right. And now, what does this pertain to now? Deuteronomy 30:7. It now pertains to Esau, man. All the curses that responsibility will have to upkeep, right? With the ways of the Lord, the curses came. That's one point Esau.
Yeah. That's why we're able to direct. We're speaking. These are curses that are going to come upon them, right? We're speaking these curses to them because they, like you said, we haven't dealt all right, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of the Most High.
Exactly. That's what Esau's doing, he don't ask. What's that? Is that Psalms? Where it says he don't most times all the stars is like Psalm
14.
something like that. Psalm 14 or
The
something.
wicked have said in his heart there is not no God. They have
Yeah,
corrupt.
the fool says Psalm 14. I'm thinking about Psalm 10. Most times all
Oh,
the
yes,
thoughts.
most times not in all of his thoughts.
Yeah, so he's not seeking counsel from the Lord. He's not asking Yahweh, should I be doing this or doing that? And he don't do that. He counsels within himself, man, and he gets the influence from the left hand side.
Yeah, really. Trump should have been calling, the apostles and say, "Hey, man, let's get you guys in here,
He was smart.
If Esau really wanted to, he's already done so much. That's why, like, he's really at the point of no return. What you say, brother? Yeah. Yeah. Yes, sir. I thought he said Home Depot.
Did too much. He said
Home Depot. Yeah, he said Home Depot. Yeah, I guess the puncher. Depot.
Yeah, Rusty.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. But anyways, I lost my train of thought. Let's keep reading.
See, Esau done too much.
Yeah, really, like, Esau's done too much, bro. This man has too much blood on his hands. He has like a mountain of valleys, a mountain of bones he's sitting on top of. Like, his tower is already up there. Like, they show you in all these movies, finish the tower, build the tower. They have the Dark Tower. They have King Arthur Legend, the sword.
Yeah.
It's all about building a tower. What's this dude's name? After the flood, Baal. I can't remember the dude's name.
No,
Nimrod. The Tower of Baal.
Tower of Babel, yeah.
The Tower of Babel. Yep.
That's the thing too. Esau, even if he did try to do right, he's going to say he found no place of repentance.
Yeah, he found no place of repentance.
So
it's too late.
It don't matter. It's too late.
Yeah. It's really too. It's too late to repent. It's like your judgment is already like we're at the point of no return. The Lord has already pushed down the domino.
Yeah, it's pending. Like it's just a matter of
already,
the process.
Yeah,
it's already done.
This is Esau is already in sentencing mode.
Yeah.
You're already on trial, my guy. We're sentencing you right now. You're already in court. You've already been found guilty. Like, nigga, you ain't out there causing chaos no more. You are literally in the courtroom right now, and we're telling you, guilty.
Yeah, that's us. We're giving that testimony.
Yeah.
On the witness stand, where it's declaring all the filthy works this wicked place.
Yep. Sometimes court takes a while.
It's a process.
Yep. It says, verse 5. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to him. Yep. It says, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places.
Yep. That's why the scriptures talk about the lightnings of his judgment. Yahweh said, I've seen Satan come down as lightning. When the hammer comes down, it's quick. It's a lightning strike, man. And that's what's going to happen when the destruction of this place, man. Real quick and brutal judgment, man.
I know, right?
Because that'll tie it up perfectly. That's it. 24.
Okay.
Get yours real quick.
Okay.
Those on high, those are those high and lofty positions, man. Because you have the most responsibility. You have the most power, yes, but in balance, you have the most responsibility. Right? That's what it's going to say in Ecclesiastes. Woe to thee, O land, when thy king is a child. All right? Because why? He gonna live crazy, man. Be rebellious as hell, bad as hell, spending everything, using everything, misusing everything.
Lack of responsibility.
Lack of responsibility. You're a kid, okay? Room's all fucked up. Go to the land. The land suffers, man. That's why what's happening to you people on this earth. You're suffering because of lack of bad leadership, okay? And you're seeking out for a savior. You're calling out for a savior. You think he's going to be your president, but he's not going to do nothing for you, man. He works for someone outside of him, which are all these elites, are the hidden ones. Because remember, most real power is hidden, right? That's why these elites, they love being behind the scenes, playing a puppeteer, because they fancy themselves as gods on the earth, man.
Yeah. You had in that Resident Evil thing, you had this badass, he was basically assistant. He he basically had to capture the main character, and he ended up getting caught. He's like, look, man, all I want to do is go home and feed my dog at the end of the day. He's like, what about all these people that you've murdered? He said, F them. You know, at the end of the day, like, yeah, their life ain't worth,
Yep.
what I got going on.
Yep, because that's what to say. The heart of the wicked of Esau is deep. Like, he's, as far as how he deals with death, and he's real stoic. He don't care, man. He's like the worst serial killer you can imagine. Like Michael Myers, with billions and trillions of dollars, man. When you see Michael Myers blink, or show an emotion, that's how Esau is with his NWO. He's like, it is what it is, And that's why, again, Yahweh Shai has to return, man. It's going to say, again, Yahweh Shai said it, no flesh should be saved. And this dude will take it all the way, right?
Yep. But Isaiah 2:11, the lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of man shall be bowed down.
Yep. That's happening to you every day, so-called people, because it's a process as this place is going down. But with Esau, he's still proud as can be.
Yeah.
He's even more proud, man. That's why he boasts to you of his plans to be his movies, things he'll put out in the forefront and literally tell you what he's going to do, and you're going to do nothing about it. When Bill Snake said we're going to depopulate the world via vaccinations, that's him being proud, man. Because he'll say straight to your face that still nothing can be done against him. Because why? Because he that let him will let till he be taken out of the way. The Lord is letting him do that, man. So him being as proud as can be is because, in Psalm 73rd chapter, he's not in trouble as other men. He does all this evil and nothing happens unto him. Yep. So shit, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna go all the way. And it's been unchecked for a long time, man. So much so that you don't even think it exists. You talk about a cabal, a hidden group of people that control the earth. People will laugh at you, man.
No, literally. Everybody thinks just like, oh, it's the president. It's fine. Like, they're human resources, the resources, the power, the collective power of the people. Really, that they've been fooled to think that they have more power than they actually do, and it's so much that they don't think that they're comfortable, because they realize how thin their power is. Then would they actually utilize their power to the full potential?
Exactly, and that's why especially in so-called America, there's been slowly but surely you've been turned away from your Constitution. That's not even a thing no more, man. That's just a piece of paper. George W. Bush said that, man. The Constitution is a JB Jr., He said that's nothing but a damn piece of paper, okay? Because what was, the initial reason for the Constitution being put in place it wasn't for you niggas, right? But it was because to keep themselves away from England, from the rulership of the crown, man. So that they had guns and stuff, so if they did want to come back and run it back, they'd be straight, It was laws to protect, Esau, okay, and his colonies. And that's all done away with, man. It's so far beyond that, man. That's why it's going to be an NWO. It's going to be a new world order. It's not going to deal with the Constitution.
Because a lot of not only Esau, but the nobility of all these nations, right? The rulers of all these nations have sold out the people.
Exactly.
For the new world.
Exactly.
We'll start over.
Yep.
We understand reincarnation. They'll be back.
Yep.
But we have to start over. We have to do away with the Israelites. That's the biggest thing.
Mm-hmm. And you go into the stuff being pushed. That's why the term's called lobbying. These elites just feed pockets of politicians and push papers, man. That's why there's called amendments. There's no amendments in the scriptures. The Lord said the law is perfect. There's nothing added or taken away from it. Here it is. It's supposed to be a perfect document to govern your land, and you got amendments to it. That means you can't trust it, man. When law is declared, you think they're going to be caring about the Constitution? Your rights. I got rights. I got this. First off, again, you go into the whole thing with, I think some Jake be on that shit about the natural man, all right? How they denounce their citizenship, and just deal with, they don't deal with license, and they don't deal with social security, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's what the elites do,
Yeah.
Because they don't deal with, they don't have birth certificates, they don't got driver's licenses, Once you have those things, that means you're in slavery. And that's the amendment that, as far as slavery goes, that's the 13th Amendment?
Yeah, 13, yeah.
Slavery's on the way with except if you're served, whatever.
They added that later.
Exactly, which is an amendment, though.
Yeah, exactly. Because dealing with, like these brothers going, the social security numbers, really, that's a ID. That's like, all right, if we were to put you in the database, of our database and we put in your social security, you're nothing but a number. Like, okay, when you watch, if you've seen the movie Hitman, you notice how all the Hitmen had codes on the back. That was your ownership. This is your number. You're Hitman 0, Hitman 99. You know, you're used for our will. You know, and what your phones have chips inside of them. You know, to where everything that those memory chips, like everything is being stored. Every data is the most important thing, because what they have realized through social media, how they can really influence people, how they have a good grip. You know, and that's why if you promote foolishness, you're become a millionaire on Instagram, on YouTube, all these different platforms, because you're keeping the minds of the people. In that show, the Resident Evil show, dealing with that joy pill, it was all about making people basically at the end. So it was to make people happy, but they couldn't figure out how to make people happy. But they said, honestly, if we give it enough to them, we'll actually be able to fully control them. They'll become so docile that we can actually control them. And they showed how they were actually able to control them with the tablet. You know, to basically push a button and the girl would smile, would say things. You know, and that's what Esau Edom. That's what he wants: full dominance. Basically, wants to turn you into a robot, and that's why he's created robots. This man has a literal God complex. He wants to take all the data he's gathering from you and uplink who you are into a robot and fully control it. You know, someone that will never resist. This is Isaiah 2:11. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down. And the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day.
And that's the point we're coming into. You know, because again, you go into Esau and his plans, he's still on schedule. You know, that's why again, going to him being proud, you know, nothing's resisting him. You know, as far as the things on the earth, because everything that happens, you see these epidemics, you know, these false flags. They're talking about talks of black swans. That's all in the favor of who? Right, the elites. Because when things happen on the earth, you know, it's all because they're pushing this stuff, man. You know, because the Lord gave them that power, so they're still proud as can be, man. All right, but the thing's gonna change when, you know, the monkey wrench, like brother said, the monkey wrench you can throw in their plan. Yeah. Like, whoa, this ain't part of the script, and that's when you're gonna run and hide in the bunkers.
Yeah, I believe a Black Swan event is known as like an unprecedented event, something that changes the course of history, course of time.
Yeah, the most recent example, which is, you know, 2001, long time now, was 9/11. You know, that was a Black Swan.
Yeah, the brother's going into how Elon Musk buying Twitter. You know, that's a good example of Black Swan. You know, COVID.
That's another Black Swan.
CVID.
Yep. PSYOPs.
Yeah, PSYOPs. That's right. Psychological warfare. The power of the mind.
Yep. It says, in that day, the Lord alone shall be exalted. Ain't nobody gonna be standing on the top of the hill when the Lord returns, man. Everybody's gonna be laid low, right where they need to be at, man. They're going to Esau, starting with the elites of them. They're going to slavery, man. Yeah. Imagine that. They've been, because Esau, again, how he moves, he thinks he cannot be touched. All right, so a reality check coming to him probably never lifted a finger, man. He's going around, he's commanding the earth, right? And now they got to serve slavery. You know? So a great humbleness comes to the soul of white man. Esau Edom, starting with the elites, right?
Yeah. Look at Trump, all out of shape and shit. I mean, he got at least probably out of shape, finished through. It's horrible.
Exactly.
But I just want to harp on one point you said, we were talking about psychological warfare, the psyops, and that's why the food is so detrimental to us. You know, because they showed, they did an experiment. This isn't this isn't medical information, this is a study. They did a study on rats, you know, and they fed him a SAD, a standard American diet, and basically they got dementia. You know, high carbohydrates. With carbohydrates, you know, well, all your food basically, you know, turns into energy and sugar, you know, but carbohydrates especially, right, turn into sugar, which is you would use for energy. But too much of that sugar will bring dementia to the brain, you know? And this isn't medical information, but it dumbs you down, you know? And it makes you forget things. It makes you become weak.
It's all about control. You'll say, why the hell would he do that? But that's what a king does. He wants to preserve his power.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want you to revolt. He doesn't want you to overthrow him. Because if you figure out what he's really trying to do, you'll overnight throw this guy out the club, right? But they're so far out of society. These elites, they don't live in America. You're only an idiot. Besides, we're here because of privacy. If you got money, you're not the truth, you shouldn't even be here. You should be on some island somewhere, Epstein Island, chilling. Because why? Because this place is finished. It was an experiment. Like you said, it was the king. His philosophy. All right, which you go into Revelation 17 chapter. That woman, that cup, it was an ideal, man. It was Jeremiah 51:7. That cup, that golden cup. All those philosophies, it was an idea. So, God of America was an idea. Just like ancient Rome was an idea, and he had power to give life to it.
Yeah.
And it's a failed experiment, man. So, God of America was an experiment.
Yeah. That Resident Evil joke, they had tried that in the new series. They had Rack Room City, that nuclear destruction destroyed, and then they had New Rack Room City. They done just revamped it and just started up.
That's it.
And you saw there was they had like 12 videos. Nigga had an eyeball on his back. Just like, like, what are you doing, dude? And they still over here putting needles inside people. They got an eyeball growing out his back. What are you supposed to do with that? Like, what are you experimenting on?
It's just a big money grab. The elites, they use their influence and power to fund all these wars and conflicts, and they come out with money on the other side, man. And they may move on to the next thing, man.
Yeah.
Why do you think ancient Britain was so great? Because they were being funded all the money, man. Before that, France, before that, Spanish. It's all about where the money's coming from. These elites, they make money off these kingdoms, man. That's why they're able to preserve their power. Their family lines aren't tarnished over that time, of course, of those 100 years. The Rothschilds, all those lines. They haven't lost a dime, man. They've gotten richer.
Yeah.
Some
of their because Elon and Trump, they're all part of that family line still. And some of their families that are here in America, because they're working just like in the. All right, so you gotta look at that's just the president and all them. They're just the CEOs. They're just the face of the company. If the boss come and say, if the board comes and say we're changing this, it's getting changed. The CEO has to implement that. It's all the director boards. It's the council of men. But let's keep reading. This is Isaiah 2:12. For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon every one that is proud and lofty, and upon every one that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low.
That's the day we're coming to, right? Because again, you think about the stuff we was going into. You as a man, how are you going to stop that? What Esau got going on? You think literally marching around with guns is going to stop Esau? You got these weirdos, the sick Ari, okay, coming to camp with sticks. And they think that's intimidating. You're scaring Esau because you're militant. Well, how do you think you learned? Where'd you learn that from, man? How to maneuver and deal with guns and all that stuff. That's carnality. That's Esau's home field advantage. So what can Esau not deal with is a spirit. That's why he's so scared. That's why he's doing all this subtle stuff to try to deal with us, man. Raise up people to blaspheme and trying to persecute us, right? Put a mouth cover on the Lord. What's that gonna do? That's gonna cause a reaction that he can't deal with. Right? Heavenly Father's going to send Yahushua. No one's expecting Yahushua to return. They could talk about all day about the economy, this and that. To say the keepers of the house shall tremble. They know what's coming, financially to talk about America. But spiritually, man, talk about the plagues of Egypt, coming as before. Darkness so dark you can feel it, right? Yeah. That's coming in a major way, man. Right? And again, how much more the terror when the Heavenly Father sends Yahushua and what the word calls UFO, man, the fathership. Yeah. Right? Because that technology you can't deal with, man. You look at a car, we're in this time, look at this shit's dope. Some cars be cool and shit. We like cars. But as far as the things of the spirit, the Lord coming in and fellowship, that's far out, man. That alone, you getting visited by another being, all right, from another realm. That alone, hey, the chips are stacked against you on that.
Yeah.
You've never been out there. The angels come to and fro as they will, without your permission. You got fighter pilots reporting back saying the damn object they see was moving however many 1,000 miles an hour. What you gonna do with it?
Yeah, that's right. I was just looking up something.
You can go back to that.
Isaiah 24.
Yep.
Yeah. I like it where you were right now. We just typing below. We don't gotta have to change topic or anything. It's Isaiah 24. And just keep going where I left off, verse 4.
Let's go down to 21.
Okay. Isaiah 24 and 21. Then it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones.
Yep, the host of the high ones. Okay, going to the military. Host meaning army. So Lord's gonna come and punish the army because that's going to the devil enacting his will, and his willpower is because he has a force of the sword. If he, of course, his deception is a big part of it, right? But his military, okay, talks about going into how Roman Empire was so powerful and mighty is because the influence it can push on the rest of the world because of their military might. It says it stamped the residue of the people, okay? So Esau does that with his military, all right? So the Lord's going to come and deal with their military. That's Revelation 12th chapter about that war in heaven. Michael and his angels and the dragon and his angels. And what happened? What was the outcome? Failed. Destroyed. Watch Independence Day. There ain't gonna be no Will Smith and what's that dude? He came and drove his airplane in the ship and it blew up. No, man. That's Hollywood. All right? That ain't gonna happen in real life.
Let's see, so the alternative reality. That's his multiverse.
Yeah, exactly.
Good insulation in this one.
The temperature dropped real quick.
Yeah. Like, supposed to be 20 degrees today. But we got a big reward coming to be out here.
Oh, yeah, it's
I'm good, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna try it. You gotta strengthen your eyes a little bit doing stuff like that. You know what I mean? Not strain them, but strengthen them.
Use them.
Yeah, you gotta use them. Whatever you don't use, you lose. Never use your eye muscles. Never use your leg muscles. You just deteriorate. I'm one page away, trying to get it. All right. Isaiah 28, Isaiah 24 and 21. It shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high.
Yep.
And the kings of the earth upon the earth.
Yep. So finally, the day's coming when the Lord is going to judge those, for all the atrocities and the evil that have been happening on this earth. The men head responsible for it is going to be dealt with. All right. And that day we're coming too fast. All right. This devil still got some stuff to push. All right. We're watching for prophecy. We know things have to play out. It's going to say let all things be done decent and order. All right. But as soon as this devil makes his MOTV mandatory, all right, that's his ass, man. Okay. That's his last and final move he's going to make until it gets real spooky for him. All right. World War III, shortly after. Okay. But the Lord's going to punish the high ones on high because why? Because who can really deal with it besides the Heavenly Father? You're not going to go up and march up to no Rothschild's house. Okay. You don't even know where they live. It's probably not even mapped on map. He ain't put it on Google Maps. You're going to find where the Rothschilds live at. Okay. And wherever else, there's probably more royal families than that. But it all goes back to Esau. Okay.
They show you that in the Resident Evil, the Umbrella Corporation was unstoppable. And that's what they call themselves, the Umbrella Corporation. It's a number of corporations, and they're under one umbrella.
Exactly.
Right? And that they're under that one protection, right? All working under the same goal for the same purpose. Exactly. It's always something sinister with the devil. It ain't never anything upright. It's just like, damn. Keep reading, right?
Yep.
And they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit.
Yep. So they're going to slavery. All right. You will leave begging families. All right. Going back to Esau. You imposters over there in our land. Okay. In small hats, pushing all this rhetoric, trying to come against something that's honest and true. Us coming back to our nationality and heritage. You're gonna be put to slavery, man. You're gonna be caught because you control all the media. Okay. You got hands in everybody's pockets, lacing them up for them to sell out. Okay. You got agents and spies. You can't stop the will of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, your destiny. That's why it's called Final Destination. You can't run from it. You can try as much as you can. That's what Thanos said. Yeah. Destiny. You know, you run from it, you dread it all. Rise to say. That's why it won't come how it's supposed to come. All right. And what he say? I am. I'm your destiny. I'm your judgment. Yahweh Shai's gonna come and put you down, man.
Yeah.
All right.
It was so because really, I mean, the whole Thanos thing. Even when they had like brought everybody back, he says. And maybe he said, everything you did just brought you right back to me.
Exactly.
You know, before the fight. And really, he whooped. When you watch the movie, I mean, who cares? It's only a movie, but he whooped everybody's ass.
Easy.
He whooped Captain Marvel's ass, that woman. My nigga had one hand behind his back.
He did Hulk so dirty. He was mad. He was pissed off. Like, he did a Hulk like that. Like, no. There's more powerful creatures than you can even imagine, man.
Yeah.
You know, Thanos was one of them. He was, man, a god amongst gods.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's Yahweh Shai.
Exactly. King of Kings.
The King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. You know, I forgot who was telling me he had a vision. You know, when the Lord was doing these people in, it was just, one of the brothers Seeds had a vision. I was watching, he did a testimony on it. He said, it was like when Yahweh Shai,
right.
when Yahweh Shai, was just telling the dream, when Yahweh Shai looked at them, they melted. They just melted. It was nothing. He didn't even look. They just melted in front of him.
Yep.
They didn't stand a chance.
Exactly.
Imagine that shit, bro.
Exactly. Yeah, his countenance, like, you know, think about a lion. You look at a lion's countenance, like it's a fierce animal. Like, you don't look a big cat in the eyes.
Yeah,
you know, ultimately, that's disrespect. Like, they say that about, especially with leopards and stuff. You're not supposed to look them in the eye because it's like you're challenging. Like, what you looking at me for?
Yeah.
You know? So how much more do you have a Shai, Heavenly Father, man?
Yeah.
Like, their countenance is so fierce. Like, you just think about somebody like your father. Like, if you had a father, like, look, he's scary. Like, you know, that's how, this is the father of spirits. Like,
yeah. Like a little dog or something, you know, like even a big dog. You look at, I like, we're you know, brothers are mighty men, right? I'll fuck a dog up, for real. Like, I ain't scared of no fucking dog, bro. Like, you know, just one of them, I say that. It was one of them. Yeah, you look at him, stare him down, and you look at him, the dog starts submitting. Oh, like, he's bow his head and stuff. Because really, they want to try to tempt you, but you said a big cat, bro? You gotta be wise.
Exactly.
I'm about to stare down no lion. Now if you don't got a weapon in your hand,
yeah, exactly. You need a standard.
You're gonna need a standard, bro. I saw this one video. This dude had a staff in his hand. He was beating off the lion, scaring them off a little bit. He showed no fear walking. You know, David had his sling, stone in his sling, showing that he wasn't scared. You know?
What's
Proverb? What's that?
I'm just curious what this is.
When we look at the sign, you know, we're here to teach our people who they really are. Right? So going to the Bible, which we're preaching the Bible, King James Version. You know, we read other versions of the Bible, but we're dealing with prophecy. It's prophecy that these people wake up in the last days and remember who they are, call back into their power. Right? We've been scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. A lot of history behind. You know, these are just, you know, we use terms of modern day to give an idea of who these tribes pertain to. You know, started with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. See the promise. The Lord had promised for these people in the last days that He would redeem them and send a deliverer, which the world calls today Jesus, but His name is Yahweh Shai. We're here to preach the gospel. As you see, we're recording to our people so they can hear the word.
That's cool. Yeah, good on. Sorry, I thought you were. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Take care, yo.
I had a quick one.
Yeah.
Was that all right?
Oh yeah, perfect, bro. Yeah.
So
They even nice, bro.
yeah, exactly.
I kind of want them to go straight.
Yeah. Proverbs 20.
They look like they could be Donald Trump. They be they goddamn uncle.
Yeah, motherfuckers tall as hell.
Tall as hell. They over here wearing. You know, you got your attire, how you dress, how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of Jake dress poorly because we don't got no fucking money.
Yeah.
We got money to spend on clothes.
Yep.
Okay, man.
Hear his accent too, like he's from England.
Yeah. This nigga, I'm made of money.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came, but you know what's funny?
Yeah.
He's the only one that came and stopped today.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's so true.
So,
They walked by earlier, and he looked at the sign, but then I guess on the way back, he's going to go ahead and ask something. But it's funny because a lot of people don't talk to people nowadays. You know, he was more of a, you know, Edomite that's probably raised. It's okay to talk to people.
yeah.
Like communication.
Direct,
Yeah, communication skills is what people need. You know, people are so timid, and you got men that are timid to talk to women. You know, you got people who are afraid to order their food at the restaurant. Can you order it for me? This place is screwed, bro.
This is a quick one. Point kind of got pushed back, but this
Yeah, you got it.
Proverbs 20 and verse 8. It says, "The king that sitteth in the throne of judgment scattereth away all evil with his eyes." So you know, a king that has judgment. You know, again, where a king sits, he has power. You don't. That's why everybody seeks the king's favor. You can either make your life hell, or you can set you up and you be straight. You know, so when a king that sits in a seat of judgment, he scatters away evil with his eyes, meaning, you know, you don't want to stir up trouble with him. You know, think about someone that has rule over your life. It can set you up or bring you down. You know, evil. You know, because the standard of a king is supposed to be righteous, right? You doing bad. Think about someone that, you know, again, if you had a parent in your household, you get that look. You know. You stop bullshitting and playing around, man. You know, just their presence, their countenance, like you know he ain't playing. How much more again? Heavenly Father, Hashem Yahushai. When Yahushai comes, it's Revelation 1:7. You know they're gonna be wailing, like they're not gonna be cheering, like yay, Yahushai.
Yeah,
like, they're gonna be terrified, man.
That's the other side of the coin, you know, of the elect, the remnant were affrighted, but yet gave glory to the God of heaven. You know, everyone's gonna be in fear when Yahushua comes.
Exactly.
It's like it's gonna be like a day, like you can feel the Lord's presence in the air. That's how it's literally gonna be. Like you're gonna be able to literally feel His presence in the air. Like they have certain shows, like Berserk is one where you had Griffith the day before he became king. Everybody had a dream that he was gonna, not the day, but they had the dream that he was gonna come. He died and went to the spiritual realm, and then they had to rebirth him back on earth. Blah blah. But everybody had a vision about this man coming, that he was gonna be king. He was gonna come back. And the whole world had the dream, and the whole world is gonna see Yahushua. You know, you got all these. It's so funny. All these movies that Esau Edom, Mortal Kombat. Right, what was the dude's name? Kong or something? He was the conqueror of the other worlds. You know, Shao Kahn. Yeah, Shao Kahn. Come on, bro. Shao Kahn. You know, that's an example of Yahushua. You know, he coming back from the heavens, and what is he in every movie? The villain. You know, anyone who comes back from another realm to conquer Earth is always the villain, Thanos, Darkseid. Because, in a way, that's literally programming you to resist the gospel. You telling me a man is going to come from the heavens and save us? Oh, absolutely not. I've never seen that ever happening. Anybody that comes from the heavens or comes from another realm is here to hurt. You know, and then when we say that he is going to bring the pain because he is, oh, damn, nope, he got to be the bad guy. We don't want to trust in that. All these movies, man. Esau Edom has been programming everyone to hate Yahushua, and this is the place where he would be crossed out of our minds.
Okay. We can close out in Psalms 2.
Psalms 2. Okay, I was going to read 13, Job 14 and 5.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the Job 14 and 5. It says, "Seeing his days are determined, The number of his months are with thee. Thou has appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Yep. So that grain of sand of time, you can't add on to it. You know. So again, going to the things that we see, with our eyes, you and being carnal, you be like, I want to be like this man. I want to get the bag. I want to be on top. I want to speak proper. I want to, travel the world and all this carnal shit.
Yeah.
No, man, you're not supposed to be on to that because the fashion of this world is gonna pass away. It's only a matter of time. Again, if you're a studier of history, empires don't last forever.
Yeah.
Next year, that's 250 years, man. So what America? That's the average length of an empire. So it's only downhill from here, man. So we see another glory, one to come. We don't care about this place, man. We keep it short. We don't have to explain nothing to you people, man. We're here to we preach the word in season, out of season. But we're here to talk to the elect, man. We speak wisdom to them that are perfect. If you ask them what the hell it's about now, okay,
you're late.
You're too late in the game,
That's right. So with that, Lord's will you edify. The Lord allowed us to get on Esau Edom, right, and the prophesy against him today. And this was the branch out here in GMS Raleigh, GMS North Carolina, right? And before we go any further, we will give all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles, a great millstone for teaching us, and we're saying truth according to the Bible real well, and peace and blessings so reflected in the nation of Israel. Next time we say Shalom.
Shalom.
Hit in stream up. Okay, you got it, brother?
Yeah, got it.